Super stoked to talk about this because I'm a new player to Hearthstone. If you guys don't know, Hearthstone is Blizzard's collectible card game. And it's been around for almost 10 years. I started playing around August. It was something I introduced to my friends for like our weekly boys' night because we're all looking for games to play together. And Hearthstone was such a huge surprise for us. We ended up loving this game to death, and it's become a weekly ritual. Like whenever we meet up, we watch our we watch our movie night, we have a little dinner, then jump into Hearthstone. And things get personal, things get toxic, but that's the point. And I've been keeping up with just the regular Hearthstone news and the meta, the best decks, the worst decks, the best cards, the worst cards. I'm kind of into the community and into the Hearthstone content that's out there. And so you have to imagine, I'm really excited for Blizzard's next expansion. It's titled the Into the Emerald Dream. This is going to be Hearthstone's next expansion. And this is going to be actually the second expansion that I'm jumping into because I actually was there when the Great Dark Beyond came out. And me and my friends were super excited for that when they introduced the Starship mechanic, which had some good, it had some bad, and it had some pretty ugly synergies with it. But I would say with the recent StarCraft mini set, things have somewhat evened out. And this is going to be the first time as a new Hearthstone player to experience the annual rotation of seeing a lot of cards from 3 major expansions as well as the core cards taken out and shuffling in new core cards with the expansion as well. And so the meta is going to change completely. It's not going to be the same game, which for me and my friends is great because that's what makes us keep jumping back into Hearthstone, is that it keeps the developers keep the game fresh, keeps the meta fresh. And so we don't feel like we're playing always competing against each other with the same decks and the same synergies. There's new mechanics, there's new combinations and strategies that we can take advantage of. So let's talk about the Into the Emerald Dream. What is happening this time? What is really the theme of this expansion? And it really has to do with druids. It seems like the big showcase here is that all classes are going to get into some way some expanded version of the druid class, whether through the cards, whether through the choose one mechanic, but most of all, I would say it's the dragons type cards that are going to be the huge highlight of this expansion, where the Great Dark Beyond was all about Draenei's, this alien race. This time it's going to be dragons, and it's going to be old gods, nature magic, and most of all, nightmare. So it's a lot of these little themes all put together to make this expansion, introducing over 145 new cards and several new exciting mechanics around the Emerald Dream. One of the first mechanics they actually introduced, a new keyword, is called Imbue, and I'm really loving this one because it's going to be available for classes like Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, and Shaman, who are basically going to use something called Imbue cards that gains a new hero power specific to that class and can improve with every subsequent use or every time you play an Imbue card. And I really love this because it helps make the hero power mechanic, which feels like it's not really used a lot in standard, to be more viable. So I can't wait to try this out, and it's one that has a lot of potential to it. So super stoked. And then on the polar opposite, you have Imbue, is the new keyword. Then we have Dark Gifts. And this is a new mechanic that's going to tap into the corruption aspect of the Emerald Dream. It's going to empower minions of those who ally with the old gods. And there's going to be classes like Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, and Warrior who are going to use Dark Gifts to enhance their minions. And they could be some really powerful stuff, like powerful buffs, giving your minion charge. That's a big one. Giving your minion traits like lifesteal, taunt, and other things that are going to really allow for high impact decisions during a game. And I can already imagine, just like when I watched this trailer with my friends and we saw the reveal for both of these keywords, we're all sitting together and we're all looking at each other. And I could just imagine the insane plays that are going to take place from this. What I love about Hearthstone, like I said, is that it constantly introduces new mechanics every 3 months, and sometimes a month and a half in, and it just keeps everything so fresh. And for my group who meet up every week, Hearthstone has been the perfect game where we just never feel like we're playing the same matchups over and over again. And so we're all very stoked for this expansion. There's also going to be the legendary wild gods. It kind of reminds me of something similar to Titans. Every class is going to have a wild god, and they are going to be like the defining legendary for that class for this expansion. And obviously they're going to create some major strategic choices. So also, the expanded keyword, choose one, is a keyword that was always ever exclusive to Druid, but now it's going to be more available to other classes that are going to tap into this specific mechanic, giving players one of 2 powerful effects, and it's going to add a lot of layer of flexibility and some decision making to any deck. And yeah, I'm super stoked. This is going to be such a game changer, a meta changer, which we really need, and one that hopefully makes the power creep kind of drop at a reasonable level, because it's now, I mean, if anybody plays ranked right now, it's kind of ridiculous. Everyone's just playing Death Knight Zergs and Terran Shaman. They're great decks, but perhaps too good. And if a deck is too good, then how can anyone really play, or how can anyone really win? We always want to hit that 50-50 win rate type of report. But nevertheless, I'm super excited. I know I'm going to be pre-ordering the bundles when they're available now. Just going to wait a little while, save up a little bit of money, and then I'm going to get the pre-orders. And I cannot wait to play. It's coming out on the 25th of March of this year, as well as the annual rotation. And yeah, if you have any thoughts and opinions, if you're someone who plays Hearthstone, excited for these major changes, do let me know. Share your thoughts as well. Now, honestly, of all the other card games out there, I think Hearthstone is the one that really is my personal favorite. There is like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and I believe many others, but Hearthstone has kind of struck the balance for me. It's one that I might be covering a lot more in the future right here on the Evening Buzz. So with that, guys, it's time to wrap it up. This is the final segment on our hour, and with that, it's time for me to tell you guys that I'll see you on the next episode of the Evening Buzz every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, keeping you guys busy and entertained all throughout the weekend shift, only here on Pulse 95. This is Mikail Atiyeh signing out. Have a good one.